Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Makeup Monday for today. Today I'm going to play around with the technique of Emboss Resist. I'm going to use a background stamp I haven't used yet, and also a new bundle that's out called Irresistible Blooms. It's out for demonstrators to pre-order at the moment. But it will go live to customers on the 1st of March, and it's an online exclusive bundle. So I will switch over to my craft desk and we're going to have a look at both of them. So it won't be a moment. Okay, so I've got nothing to show you. I'm going to prepare it and make as we go. Okay, so the Irresistible Blooms bundle is a new bundle that Stampin' Up! Are bringing out, and then every second month they're doing an online exclusive. So it won't be in a catalogue, it won't be it won't be appearing in a catalogue. They'll just be online, so you'll have to go to the online store and click on the online exclusives. So this bundle is just stunning, as always. So there's the stamp set and dies, and the dies are gorgeous. There's 6x6 designer series paper, and there's these beautiful loose frosted dots. So they come in a little container. They don't have adhesive backs. There are some other products as well. I haven't got these ones as yet. There's some naturally gilded specialty designer series paper. There's three 3D basic embossing folders, and there's a classic letters stamp set, alphabet stamp set as well. So all of these products will be available on the 1st of March to customers. So this is stamp set. I'll put my background one across here. So this is the stamp set. It's just beautiful, and I love a good splatter stamp or dottage. These are the dies. This circle die is just gorgeous, and this strip die is also gorgeous. You've got dies to cut out the 2-size flowers, dies to cut out the leaves, and these are just like die. They don't cut out a stamp. So, and some of these dies, the flowers and some of the leaves, cut out the designer series paper. So I have been playing today, getting a class ready for March. So these are the frosted dots, the loose frosted dots. You watch me throw them everywhere. So there's Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, and there's a returning colour, Pretty Peacock, in there, and there's 3 sizes. I'm not quite sure how many are in the little container. I might say on the back. No, I'll have to look that up for you. This is the die. I've cut some of the shimmer foil out with that die. It's beautiful die, interesting die. This is how the circle die cuts out. I'll put it down like that. It's really gorgeous. And I have seen people cutting the inner circle out and using it separately. Now, I haven't put my paper in the way I like to display it yet, because I've been playing furiously. This is a beautiful one. Maybe I'll do it now as we talk. So that's a beautiful one. I do like these ones. I think I'll get my By the Bay or Friends Are Like Seashells out to play with that piece of paper. So that's imitating the wherever I've put it. I've lost it already. The die cut. There it is. So that's imitating the die cut. I think you can see that. Yep. So beautiful papers. And then it's not a specialty paper. They aren't actually like white embossed. It's just a matte paper. So the flower die cuts out the large and the smaller flower. And the leaf dies cut these two leaves out. This is another beautiful underwater one. This is soft sea foam is also another colour in this paper pack, and that's a colour I hardly ever use. I think I've already got that one in here. Yes, I have. So Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink are in that piece of paper. And there's another colour that's returning called Lost Lagoon. Now, I don't have that anymore. I donated that up to the Lismore flood victims last year. But that's okay. I've still got my Pretty Peacock stamp set, ink pad and some cardstock. So, I think that's all. Yep. So, I'll get rid of the things I've been cutting up. So that's all the fronts. Now we've got the backs. We've got all the muted colours and splatters. Just beautiful paper. Love it. And I'm trying to always use my 6x6 more conservatively, especially when I do a class, because I've been caught in the past chopping up merrily and then realizing I need about 4 packs for a class. So that's the beautiful Hello Irresistible designer series paper. So yes, there's 2 returning colors, Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. So that tells us that there is going to be a color refresh, and apparently we will know more on the 1st of March. So that's all a bit exciting. So I shall get these out of the way. Just put them over there. So this is the hand-drawn dots background stamp. It is in the mini catalogue, the January to April mini catalogue, and it's $34. And I haven't even played with it yet. I haven't mounted it, but I do struggle getting stickers correct on big background stamps. So I'm not going to even attempt to put the sticker on. I'll just put that in here. I ruined, if anybody remembers the big butterfly stamp, I ruined a complete stamp trying to attach the sticker once, and I'm not going there again. So we're going to do Emboss Resist technique. So I've got my Versamark ink pad, and I've got my little heat embossing heat toolkit. So as you can see, I've been playing with those to create cards for a class. So with our embossing buddy, just going to put that, rub that all over the white, because we're going to dottage all over the white. Now, I saw Sarah Douglas, the CEO of Stampin' Up, do this the other day, and I'm going to give it a whirl. So she just didn't even bother mounting the stamp onto a block or the Stamparatus. She just inked it up like so. I'll just get a scrap piece of paper. Here it is. Nice new one. There we go. I'm just going to put this straight down onto my background stamp. And I'm just going to rub over like so. Now, Sarah Douglas actually just did this and pressed down on the box, but I don't know whether that would work for me, so I'm not trying it. So, just rubbing over like that. And we're going to lift that off. And I think, don't know if you can see, but there is ink on that. Okay, I'll clean that off later. So now I'm going to put this in my little tray and get my white embossing powder and just sprinkle it all over. And it looks like I've missed a bit there when I was inking up my cardstock. But you know what? That doesn't matter because I'm going to put some flowers over it. So let's just get our little heat silicone sheet out and our heat tool. So I'll speed it up and turn the volume down so you don't hear the noise of the heat tool. Okay, now I know that's hard to see because it's white on white, so I'll just lift it up and see if you can see that at all. Maybe if I turn my light off, I might be able to see it a bit better. So it's all heat embossed. Now I shall put this back in here because we're going to use it again for the flowers when we do the flowers. This is the best little embossing toolkit. So you get the tray, you get the embossing buddy, you get this brush that I'm using, and you get reverse tweezers as well to hold your cardstock when you're embossing, which I'll probably use when I'm doing the flowers. And it's just it's the best thing. Love it. One of my favorite tools. I think it's $49 from memory. It was in the Christmas holiday mini and got carried over, so I'm pretty sure it's $49. So these are the reverse tweezers. Best thing. Okay. So I've got my, just make sure, yep, everything's heated. So the colours in this new Irresistible Blooms bundle, I think I said them earlier, they are Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, I don't have that because I donated that, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock and Soft Sea Foam. So they're the colours in this bundle, new bundle. So, just beautiful. So I'm going to get Soft Sea Foam out. Now that's a colour I hardly ever use, so I'm happy to have a play with that. I've got one of my mini embossing brushes. So these are in this catalogue, I think, pretty sure. So they're little mini ones. So this is the normal size and these are the minis, and there's also storage for them as well. Just getting my other brushes out that I'll be needing. What's this one? Dark reds. I don't want dark reds. Pinks. Okay, so this is Soft Sea Foam, so I'm just going to use my little mini brush. And Emboss Resist is heat embossed, and then you get your brush and you just go over the top, and you can see how the dots are coming to life and the ink is being resisted off the white embossing powder. I really love this technique. So I'm using it. soft seafoam is not nearly as dark as this. This is soft seafoam cardstock, but when you're blending it, it comes out a little bit darker. So I hope everyone had a nice weekend. We had a really nice weekend. I had a card class on Saturday and that was good. My daughter and her fiance and his little boy came over Saturday night and that was a lot of fun. And our son was down in Sydney at a Bucks party for the weekend and he left his car here. So we saw him on Sunday for lunch. So that was super nice because he's a very busy boy. We don't see much of him. So that's nice. So what you do is to make sure all the ink is not on the white. Get a tissue and just give it a buff up. And the ink just rubs off where you've embossed with the white embossing powder. How cool is that? I love it. So I shall get my petal pink, my daffodil delight and my flirty flamingo out. Okay, so we're going to use that as a matting piece on our card front. Now I'll probably use it this way. Because I've missed getting some of the Versamark ink here, that doesn't matter because I'm going to stamp some flowers and I can cover that up, cover that little mistake up. So I'll keep this out, and I've got my Versamark. I'll get some blocks out. Okay. So here we are. I've got some cardstock here, so let's just get our flowers out. So that's the smaller one and this is the bigger one. I'm going to do, actually I'll do it on a fresh piece because I want 3. So I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 1 big one and 2 small ones. And then where's my embossing buddy? Then we'll put some white embossing powder on the flowers. Get my little tray ready. Okay. So stamp that one. And 2 small flowers. Okay. And we shall put this into our tray and get our white embossing powder. So once again, this is hard because you can't really see what's happening on the white cardstock. But trust me, it is happening. Well, it's more visual when I do the blending brushes over. Okay, so can you see? Oh yes, you can see my flowers. The powder has clung to the Versamark, which is a sticky ink, and yeah, so that's there ready to emboss. We can just put that aside and we can put our powder back in here. Actually, we won't do that because I want to emboss a sentiment as well. Okay, so I've got a piece of black cardstock here and let's get the sentiment that I want to use out of. I'll just put that there. This sentiment's so cute. I couldn't be happier to have you as a friend, as my friend. I really like that. So I'm just going to get my Versamark ink and ink that sentiment up. and stamp it down. Once again, I bring my tray back in and my white embossing powder. So this Versamark, the sticky ink, you can't see it. It's invisible, but you can once you've put the powder on it. Okay, so I'll put that up there too. And now I shall pour this back into my little white. So our embossing powders come in sets of 3. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, they're in the annual catalogue. And it's white, clear, and black. And then you've got the metallics as well. So I can't remember the price, so I'd have to check that for you. Okay, that's better. I think I've got some onto my paper underneath, so I'll have to fix that up. Yes, I've got some in here, so let's just see if we can get that back in. Head embossing is one of my favourite things in the world to do. It was one of the first things I saw with card making, and love it, just love it. So I'll bring my silicone sheet back in and we'll do our flowers. So I will speed this up and turn the volume down again. Okay, so I did the sentiment at the same time. Okay, so I'll put that up there. I've got all my inks, all my stamps to clean, so I'll do that afterwards. Okay, so the first colour we're going to bring in, we don't need our Versamark anymore, so I'll get rid of that, is Flirty Flamingo. So this is making me use some colours that are really not in my comfort zone. Flirty Flamingo is in the brights, and I'm not a big brights person, but here we go. So I hope it's not shaking my desk too much and the camera. We had a really hot day on Saturday here. Oh my goodness. Had the air conditioning running the whole day. Okay, and then you get your tissue and just buff it up, and then the white embossing powder shows up even more. It wasn't quite as hot on Sunday. Okay, so the next one's Daffodil Delight. That's also in the Brights collection. I do tend to use Daffodil Delight, even though it's in the Brights. Okay, so that's going to be this one. And we'll get our tissue and buff it up. You can use tissue or a paper towel. And then we're going to get our Petal Pink, which is in the Subtles, which is more my cup of tea. Okay. And we shall twist this round. So we've got the RSVP cut-off date for Thursday this week for the wedding. So I'm hoping we'll get a few more RSVPs in. Otherwise, we're going to have to start chasing some people down. Because I need to get numbers to the venue. Okay, we'll get the tissue. There we go. I can probably throw that tissue away now, which I have. Shall pop these back. And we need to get our cut emboss machine in. So I will use the big one because I want to do a few bits and pieces with it. Okay, just noticed I've got some stuff on my plate from prepping cards for classes in March. Okay, so when you're using your big cut emboss machine, it tells you on the number 1 plate what you need for certain things. So for die cutting, you need the number 1 plate, the number 2, and 2 number 3s. You can see that that's very packed. Okay, and I want to get some pretty peacock scrap because I want to do some leaves. So this is pretty peacock, this colour. And this is the ink pad. So this is the one that's one of the returning colours, pretty peacock. So having said that, if you have a favourite colour that you cannot live without, I would suggest that you buy the re-inkers for it. Because when they announce a colour refresh, re-inkers are the first things to sell out. So don't be disappointed and miss out. Get your re-inkers now. Because it happens every year with the in colours. So if you love the in colours that are retiring this year, and that would be soft succulent, evening evergreen, pale papaya, fresh freesia, and polished pink. If you love any or all of those colours, buy the re-inkers now, because they are the first things to sell out. Okay, so that's 2 of my flowers. So Emboss Resist is just a great way of colouring. You don't have to use blends or markers. You just heat emboss clear or white and then blend over the top. Best thing. And your little flower is coloured. I will show what that looks. Oops, that's not straight, Denise. That's better. I will show what that looks like in 2 seconds. Just bear with me. And it always surprises me how petal pink looks more orange when it's blended, and yet it's so pale in real life, if that makes any sense at all. So this is my pretty peacock. So basically I'm using all the colours in this new suite of products except for Lost Lagoon because I don't have it. So I might do 2 runs of these. So I've got 6 little leaves to play with. Now take your pick tool and pick up my leaves. this new suite, Hello Irresistible, all day whilst I was playing with it. I couldn't stop singing the song Simply Irresistible by Robert Palmer. I know, I'm an idiot. But it's true, I couldn't. That one's upside down. There we go. So there's only 10 more days of celebration to run. So if there's any celebration products that you're wanting, you'll need to get them before the 28th of February, because that's when celebration finishes. So don't miss out on something that you really want. I'll just get rid of those. I'm really going to have to get some new plates soon. I've got some ready to go, but I just hate breaking into new plates. Okay. Okay, so let's bring our little bits and pieces back in. And this one's a die still here too. Now, I'm not going to put it down just yet because I want to play. I want to position, position and play. And I've got my sentiment up here too. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that. See, this is where I miss getting the Versamark there and pressing down on the stamp, but that's okay because we can cover. We have ways and means of fixing these situations. Just trying to work out how I want to do this. Put my, and I've got some old, this was the Splendid Day Suite. This is soft seafoam sheer ribbon. I think that's what it was called. Seam binding ribbon. Well, there you go. And that suite got retired. And I'm pretty sure the ribbon retired too. But there's no other ribbon in my stash of ribbons that's soft seafoam. And I wanted it. So I'm going to use it. Even though it's retired. Okay, so I'm just trying to work out how I want to place these. And whether I want to actually cut that down. I might not use all these sleeves. I'm just thinking about it. Actually, might be better if I put this one here. And these two somewhere else. Do we need another one? This is a bit like my my placing of my gems. I get carried away. Do I need this? Do I need to put another one down? What do I should I do this? Okay. All right, let's just start attaching and see what happens. See where we go. So I'm just going to get my cheap and nasty snail. And that's my petal pink one down. And I could put this one up on dimensionals. Yes, I think I will. I just noticed that my camera's a little bit crooked. Sorry about that. Guess it doesn't really matter. I'm still learning how to master all this technology. And I'm not sure if I'm getting it right most of the time, but okay, so I shall put one dimensional on the Daffodil Delight flower up this end and some snail down this end. So that's sort of on top of it. Okay, now I'm going to get a glue dot. Because I think the glue dots. Okay, so that's that one. Seem to work the best. So I'm just placing my little leaves together with glue dots before I tuck them in. There we go. And where's this one? This one, this one, this one. Come on. Okay. Because I didn't tuck this down very much with snail, I can stick another one there. I think that looks alright. I've got a few spares. And now I've got to work out what I want to do with this. I think one of the stylish shape dies might look nice with that. My go-to dies. Well, maybe it's not. It's too big. Look at that. And that's too short. So that's not going to work. I know what we have to do. We have to go to my other go-to. See how wide this is, because we can do 3/4 of an inch through the. Okay, let's take a little bit off this, because I can do this through my. Oh, did I just take too much? Oh no, not really. I'm just going to grab a piece of sticky so it stays in place, because I'm cutting it down to 3/4 of an inch so I can put it through one of my punches. I think I did get it a bit uneven, but you know what, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Or could I go down to 1/2 an inch? I don't think so. I think that's going to cut. That's going to cut, so we're not going to do that. Okay, let's get our flag punch, our banner punch. And we'll put that in like so. Could be a bit better placed, but you know what, that's a pen, I don't want the pen. We're just going for it. No, that needs to be a bit, I'm just spacing it and it looks a bit better. Okay, snips. Come on. In you go. That's better. Just turn it over just to double check if you're worried that you haven't got it in straight. And we shall pop that up on dimensionals. So yes, just be conscious that celebration is coming to an end soon, and also a colour refresh is coming. So you might want to think about stocking up on re-inkers of your favourite colours, because we don't know what colours are going. Okay, So let's have a look. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just wondering where I'm going to put my ribbon, which I can't find. There it is. Let's just do a bow and see. So this ribbon is retired. It was the Splendid Day suite. It was in that suite or collection in the last mini catalogue. But as I said, it's the only ribbon on my shelf that's soft seafoam. So I thought, well, you know, I'm going to have to use it because it's just a perfect match. There we go. Just trying to work out where I'm going to put it now. Let's just cut it off and work that out in a minute. So I think because I've got everything else mounted on dimensionals, we will just put this down flat with my Tombow. So that piece of cardstock was basic white, and it was 13.9 by 9.5, if you were wondering the size of that. Okay, now let's make this a little bit of a smaller bow. I'm not very experienced at doing it on the fly, so I am, you know, this is a bit stressful for me. I could put it there, but I don't know if that looks right. If I put it here, it's going to cover up my sentiment, so I'm just wondering. At the top, oh, see, look, it's just a bit of a dilemma. I want the bow. I want the bow. Look, there we go. Blue dot, quick, before she changes her mind. So I don't have as much money running around this week with wedding stuff. Got to do a few emails about stuff, but that's not physical running around. So okay, so I'll keep my little, and I wanted to get these what are they called? Frosted dots. So with your take your pick tool, the putty end, and you can use Tombow or you can use the fine tip glue. I'm going to put some down here, and I'm going to put one up here and then one here. Okay, so with the putty end of your take your pick tool, what colour will I use? Let's use the Pretty Peacock one. Pick it up on your putty. Now the Pretty Peacock's not going to stand out on the black, so let's go Daffodil Delight. I'm just trying to turn it over and it's not cooperating. There we go. So pick it up with your putty and put it down on your glue. You might just have to hold it down to lift it off. So that's the large size. You know what, let's do different colours. That could be a bit interesting. So this is the Pretty Peacock one. Just hold it down. There we go. And let's do a Flirty Flamingo. I want to get this one. There we go. So that's our card today. I hope you like it. It's just a little bit different and it's so not my colours. But I'm trying to branch out and be a bit special. I'm just wondering whether I should do another leaf. See, I can't help myself. I just think, oh, does it need another leaf? I'm not sure. I think it does. Let's get a glue dot. See, I'm hopeless. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to try and poke this leaf in under here, just for a little bit more colour. So, there's our finished card. I hope you like it. And it's Emboss Resist. So you stamp with Versamark, then you put white embossing powder or clear embossing powder over it, heat it up with the heat tool, and then blend colours over the top, and the white embossing comes through and it's all shiny. So I hope you like that. I really like it. I'll finish off the inside, I'll put an insert inside, maybe stamp another flower. So that's my Makeup Monday for today. I shall be back on, what day is it? Monday. Oh, duh. I shall be back on Wednesday. I'll go back to my face. No, that's not really good. Oh, there we go. I'll be back on Wednesday night for my Facebook Live. So that's my card today. I hope you like it, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.